General Ewell reports enemy in force at Morton's Ford and is getting his troops in position. I have sent for artillery. General Robert E. Lee to Major General Jeb Stuart, February 6, 1864. Welcome to Things You Should Know, Civil War Edition. In our last episode, we followed the winter clashes around Athens, Alabama, where cavalry operations filled the quiet months of 1864. Now we turn to East Virginia, where the calm along the Rapidan River was broken by the Battle of Morton's Ford on February 6 to the 7th, 1864. Union High Command hoped to keep Robert E. Lee's army fixed in place and enable to send reinforcements elsewhere. The responsibility fell to Major General John Sedgwick, temporarily in charge of the Army of the Potomac's right wing. He ordered Major General John C. Caldwell's 2nd Corps forward, with Brigadier General Alexander Hayes tasked with forcing a crossing at Morton's Ford itself. On the morning of February 6, Colonel Samuel Carroll's brigade splashed into the Rapidan. The men waded waist-deep through the icy water, muskets held overhead as Confederate artillery raked the river. Among them was the 14th Connecticut Infantry, part of Carroll's command, remembered for pressing through the fire to seize a fragile foothold on the southern bank. Waiting for them was Lieutenant General Richard S. Ewell's Confederate 2nd Corps. Major General Edward Allegheny Johnson's division, including Colonel John M. Jones' brigade, held the entrenchments overlooking the ford. Confederate cannon and infantry poured shot into the Union bridgehead, preventing any expansion inland. Through the afternoon of February 6, Union reinforcements attempted to cross, but the Confederates held their ground. Every effort to widen the lodgment met deadly volleys. Confederate accounts spoke of artillery shells bursting among the Union as soon as they left the cover of the riverbank. By the next day, February 7th, freezing rain had churned the fields to mud, worsening the misery for Union side. Sedgwick recognized the futility of the effort, and that night the Union quietly recrossed Rapidan, abandoning the fight. The winner today is the Confederates. They held their prepared works, forced the Union back across the river, and left Lee's army unshaken. Casualties and other costs of the battle. Morton's Ford never reached the scale of the war's major battles, but the losses cut deep for the men engaged. The Union suffered around 262 casualties, men killed, wounded, or missing. Many more endured frostbite and illness from the winter crossing. Confederate casualties were far lighter, about 60 in total, thanks primarily to the strong positions and defensive advantage. For Union soldiers, the experience became a bitter memory of wasted sacrifice. For the Confederates, it was proof that their Rapidan defenses could withstand even a determined assault. Strategic outcome of the battle. Strategically, the operation failed. The Union demonstration did not succeed in diverting or weakening Lee's army. Confederate forces held their ground without shifting troops elsewhere, and the Rapidan line remained secure. For Union command, the battle was an embarrassing reminder that winter campaigns often drained strength without real purpose. For Lee, the affair was a confirmation that his lines along the Rapidan were solid enough to withstand Union probes until spring. Thanks for watching. Join us again next time on Things You Should Know, the Civil War Edition.
In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me, as he died.